I feel like so often things like beauty and being judged for your beauty are looked at as like really frivolous. But these things affect the ways in which we move through the world, and they are also tied to collective trauma. And when we heal our own trauma, we are also healing a part of the collective trauma. All my women, come to the front. All of my unruly, strong, beautiful, magic, amazing, ethereal, whimsical women, let us have a little chat. Get your tea or whatever it is that you want to drink. I have some lemongrass and pea flower tea. Look how pretty that is. I just love the way that tea looks as it's soaking. I really just wanted to come here and chat about our shadows or our wounds or our insecurities. I am moving through a lot, and I know that if I'm moving through something, then those around me are moving through something. But also, when I think about what is happening in the world and all of the deep, gross muck that is having its time in the light, I know that we are all affected by it. No matter how much we view the news or not, the energy is there. Um, so I guess maybe I'll just talk about what's been going on for me, and hopefully y'all can relate. Mm. Tea is so powerful. I feel like every time I take a sip of tea, I can just feel it moving through my body and settling all of the energy. Don't get me wrong, I love my coffee, but there's something really magical about having tea. Okay, so it's the eclipse portal, right? So every eclipse portal is like really watery, deep water stuff for me. And this time around, it was a lot of energy and wounding around my self worth and beauty and how I viewed myself. So let's just talk about the backstory of it all, right? So, I'm 40 now. I grew up in a time where the messaging that I got from popular culture was that what it meant to be worthy as a woman means that you were viewed as beautiful. And what it meant to be beautiful as a woman meant that you had fair skin, long hair. Um, if it was curly, then it was like silky curls. Like, you were not seeing very many women, if any, with dark skin, with natural 4C textured hair, which is how my hair is. I have it straightened right now, but I have 4C texture. And you definitely weren't seeing dark skinned women with 4C texture and having them be the desirable character in on TV, film, entertainment. It's way more deeply rooted than that, right? It goes back to the history of slavery, the ways in which Black women have been contorted and hypersexualized, but also very discriminated against for our sexuality. There's just so much there. Like, I'm not going to get into the historical stuff. And I feel like no matter what race you are as a woman, you can identify because women's bodies have been used as vehicles for control. And so I find it really interesting that right now I am experiencing some extreme insecurity around the way that I look, which then affects my self worth because I have been programmed to believe that the way that I look is equal to my self worth. My higher self is like telling me right now, like, girl, you are worthy right now, just as you are. And I know that. I know that. And I hope you know that too. Wherever you are, whoever you are worthy right now, just as you are. Your spirit is so beautiful. You are so beautiful. But that does not mean we always feel that way or we always believe that. And so I want to talk about the importance of healing these traumas because I feel like so often things like beauty and being judged for your beauty are looked at as like really frivolous, but things affect the ways in which we move through the world, and they are also tied to collective trauma. And when we heal our own trauma, we are also healing a part of the collective trauma. Also, I feel like when we heal our own trauma, we give ourselves power and also frees up a lot more energy for us to do the things that we want to do in the world. One of the ways that I really work with old wounding is I go straight to the source. I really connect with my inner child and I love on her. And I also recognize that I have to love on many different versions of her. So I love on 5-year-old Nichole, 15-year-old Nichole, 25-year-old Nichole. Those versions of myself are still playing these old stories of you're not worthy, you're not beautiful. And that has a very real effect on me. If I want to put a piece of art out in the world, if I want to write something, if I want to communicate to others, those stories are looping and they have an effect of how I am communicating to the world. And I don't want to spread that energy. I want to heal that energy and transform that energy. And to me, the greatest way to transform that energy is to give myself deep and unconditional love and also show up in a way that aligns with my new belief about myself. For example, so I wear my hair so many different ways because I love to change my look. It is fun for me. But I started to notice, like, oh, girl, you have been wearing extensions a lot, and it's starting to feel like you're not wearing them because it's fun, but you're wearing them because it feels like you are more beautiful this way. And so, as I was doing this healing work, a part of me acting in a way that aligns with this new belief about myself is that my hair is gorgeous. Like the hair that I have on my head that grows out of my scalp is enough. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to start wearing my hair without extensions just for a while, just so that I can program this version of myself to know that she is just as beautiful. She is just as worthy. And it has felt really powerful. It has also allowed me to see myself in a new way from a new perspective. Listen, I know that sometimes we have to be patient with ourselves and sometimes we do things because it just feels more comfortable to move through the world that way, even though we know it's attached to an insecurity. So I want to remind us to be patient with ourselves while we're transforming these wounds. And no matter where you are on your healing journey, like girl, you are enough. You are doing it. Like this is not a race. There's not even a destination to get to. There's not. It is a journey. And really it's about witnessing the wisdom, experiencing the wisdom that comes along with that journey. And that wisdom is not always like formed. Sometimes you feel the wisdom that's coming through and you don't necessarily have the words for what you're experiencing until like maybe a year later. So I say all of that to say be patient with yourself. Also, I want to talk about the stories that we're telling ourselves, especially when we are online. I love to follow a baddie online just because I love to celebrate and uplift women. And it's not even like a single type of baddie. It's not like I have this idea in my mind of like, oh, you look like this, you're a baddie. It's like, no, I just love women that are confident and strong and showing up in the world. But I also have to recognize when I move from this space of celebration to judgment, and not necessarily judgment of that person, but judgment of myself in comparison to that person. That's another type of programming. As women, we have been programmed to judge ourselves next to another woman, as if two women who are completely different from each other cannot take up just as much space and share the same light. Or for that matter, two women that look just like each other. I feel like we've been programmed to feel like, oh, if she's getting attention for this, that means that I have to be better than her in order for me to get attention. And I hope that we all know that that is just not true. We are all so unique and we have a different perspective to bring to the table. And so, even if somebody is doing something that is extremely similar to you, or somebody looks extremely similar to you, there's space for you and your perspective, because even if it's slightly different, it's different. You have walked a life that is unique for a reason. I also think that social media apps are designed for us to judge ourselves against another person, because we see things like likes and shares, and we're reading people's comments, and we're feeling like, oh, we should have more comments, we should have more likes, we should have more attention. That can be so damaging to our self-worth. So when we're on social media, or even if we're just in the presence of other people, be present with yourself and notice the stories that you are telling yourself. That can be just as simple as reminding yourself to take a deep breath, taking that little break to check in with yourself. Like, am I tight in my chest? Do I feel a bit of sadness? And that can just be a little reminder to, like, hey, let's shift the perspective. I am here. I am worthy. My voice matters. My presence matters. I've done so much deep healing work around my self-worth. And if you are interested in learning more about my journey or the insights that I have to offer, in the show notes, I have a link to my Awaken Your Magic monthly newsletter, where I offer intuitive insights, affirmations, and also my art, and it's free. So you can sign up at the link in my show notes, or you can just like and subscribe to this channel. I will be having more chats like these. I just wanted to send all of you love and let you know again, you are worthy right now, just as you are. And if you have anything to add to this, any insights, anything that you've been going through, please put it in the comments, because it's only when we share the things that we're going through that we all recognize we're not alone. We are not alone. This is all like a thing. I'm talking about life, this journey that we're all on. We're here together. It's happening, all of us together. So please share, and let me know how you're feeling. All right, sending you so much love and so many blessings. Bless, bless.